Welcome to the Atomic Hypnosis Podcast. I am your host, the Hypno Companion. Today we will be covering the main principles for Chapter 2 of Atomic Habits, and I will offer a companion hypnosis session at the end to help you absorb these principles on a subconscious level. For a more in-depth discussion of my approach to hypnosis and how it can help you master the concepts in Atomic Habits, please see my episode dedicated to Chapter 1. In a nutshell, a book like Atomic Habits is meant to lead to personal action, but putting the principles to work in our lives can often be difficult. Knowing what we should do is different from feeling what we should do. Having to constantly remind ourselves creates friction that dissuades us from our desired outcome, which is to take the appropriate steps in our lives with flow. Imagine you're driving home from work one day and you're so engrossed in a podcast that you miss your exit. You are likely to feel that something is off before knowing what has happened. This is because you have taken the route so many times that you do it by feel instead of by thought. The challenge with applying thoughts to our lives is the challenge of converting them to feelings. This is where hypnosis excels. In a state of relaxation, the deeper feeling centers of the brain align with our intentions, and we get into the groove much more effectively. Remember, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Anytime we bring an intention to a state of relaxation, we are practicing hypnosis. If it makes you more comfortable, simply regard hypnosis as a form of meditation or as a step-by-step process for using your imagination for change. In Chapter 2 of Atomic Habits, we are introduced to the 3 layers of change. Outcomes, in which we seek to change the results we get. Processes, in which we seek to change how we go about getting our results. And identity, which is concerned with changing our beliefs about ourselves, others, and the world. To quote the book, outcomes are about what you get, processes are about what you do, identity is about what you believe. Each layer has its purpose and is useful in its own way. What's important is the direction of change. An inside-out approach is far more effective than outside-in. Think of yourself as a clean person, and you will engage in the process of tidying up after yourself and will have the outcome of a clean home. Think of yourself as a healthy person, and you will engage in the process of choosing whole foods and getting regular exercise, and then you will have the outcome of more energy, focus, and well-being. On the other hand, if you think of yourself as a slob, the process of tidying up will feel pointless, and you will engage in the process of procrastination, and you will have the outcome of a messy home. Think of yourself as undisciplined, and you will engage in the process of giving into the temptation to indulge your sweet tooth while putting off the gym, and your outcome will be sluggishness and excess weight. The word identity comes from the Latin words for being and repeatedly. Identity literally translates to repeated beingness. Changing your identity is a 2-step process. Decide the type of person you want to be, and then prove it to yourself through a series of small wins. Ask yourself first, who is the type of person that could get the outcome that I want? And then, what are the small steps I can take to begin becoming that type of person? If the outcome you want is to complete a marathon, then the question becomes, who is the type of person that can reach the finish line? Your answer could be the type of person who perseveres. Marathons are long for a reason. They are meant to be a challenge. The process of training for a marathon is even more challenging. All of this takes perseverance. As you begin to believe about yourself that you are the type of person who perseveres, what are some of the ways you can begin to show proof of this in your life? You might begin by taking the stairs instead of the elevator every time you have the choice, taking cold showers instead of hot, walking a mile at lunch instead of scrolling Instagram, joining a running club instead of signing up for another streaming service. With each little win, you will be accumulating the very evidence you need to become the type of person who perseveres. Chapter 2 ends with the following insight. In the end, habits matter because they help you become the person you wish to be. You literally become your habits. For me, the power here lies in simplification. There are many, many outcomes to choose from and many shades of those outcomes that might determine success or failure. To reach any one outcome, there are many choices to be made as we design our process for getting there. But when we choose an identity to focus on, all of our choices and possible outcomes flow from one source. The more we inhabit, build, and strengthen an identity, the more our actions flow from that single source. This is often called the Gestalt, the whole picture. It's the origin of the saying, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. When we become the whole, the parts tend to take care of themselves. For Chapter 1, the companion hypnosis session focused on suggestion to seed the mind with the principles and concepts of the book. For Chapter 2, I'd like to guide you through a visualization process that will help you step into a new identity you can explore so that you can begin to feel how process and outcome, action and result will flow from your new beliefs. So, go ahead now and make yourself comfortable in a place you can safely relax. We will be working with a moderate level of hypnosis today so that you can stay focused on the steps of the visualization. In the last episode, we worked with a very deep level of hypnosis bordering on sleep, as that level allowed for you to absorb the suggestions in the theta state. Today's session calls for your active participation, and an alpha state is more appropriate. Either way, if this has come on while you are driving or are engaged in something that requires your full attention, please do come back at a later time. So, just settling in now, allowing whatever you are sitting in or laying on to fully support your weight. Go ahead and find a spot high above you to stare at. Just allow your gaze to rest on that spot and your attention on the sound of my voice. Go ahead and focus very intently on that spot as if you were finding the center of it. Now, keeping your eyes still, allow your vision to go soft around the edges. Keeping your eyes straight ahead, take in what is on the periphery of your vision. Good. Now, take a deep breath in, really fill up your lungs, and when you let it out very slowly. Very slowly, and as you do, just let your eyelids come closed. Allow your body to sink just a little bit further into the surface of its support. Allow your breathing to become relaxed and easy. I'd like to invite you to go on a journey with me. A journey to the garden of your subconscious mind. This is a beautiful place, a place of peace and personal power, a place where you have direct access to the resource of your subconscious mind. You are standing at the top of a gently sloping hill. The sun is at your back. You can feel the warmth of its rays on your shoulders. From this perspective, you can see clearly all around you. You are in a place of natural beauty. It may be tropical, it may be coastal, it may be desert. Whatever it is for you, it is coming into your awareness now. You are standing at the top of 10 stone steps. At the bottom of the steps is an entranceway, and beyond this entranceway is the garden of your subconscious mind. There is a familiarity here, a welcoming feeling. You have been here before, many, many times. And as this familiarity grows, so does a subtle anticipation for the journey to come. You remember now that every time you enter the garden of your subconscious mind, you connect with your personal power and wisdom, and great things happen for you. In a moment, I will count slowly down from 10 to 1, and I invite you to allow each number I count to carry you one step closer to the garden of your subconscious mind. So now, starting with the top step, 10, 9, 8, feeling the steps sure and strong beneath your feet, 7, 6, 5, the entranceway coming into view, beginning to see into the garden of your subconscious mind, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are standing on the path leading to the entrance. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. Look around you, noticing the trees, any plants or flowers native to this place. Hearing the sounds of the birds and the animals. Begin walking now into the garden of your subconscious mind. This place is always with you, always accessible through your imagination. As you walk, just be open to it in any way that is available to you now. It may come as a feeling, as a vision, as a sound, or as a notion. Whatever it is for you, this is a place where you can work with your true potential and make the changes and embrace the ideas that serve you most. As you walk the path through the garden of your subconscious mind, you come upon a large and beautiful tree. You stop at the base of the tree and tilt your head back to look way up into the very top of the tree. The trunk is thick, its roots run deep and strong. The branches spread out in all directions and are home to birds and many small animals. It is full of thousands and thousands of leaves that soak up the sun. Feel the tree now, soaking up the rays of the sun, pulling in the golden light, the power of the universe. Feel this golden light being drawn down into the branches, drawn down into the branches, and then drawn into the trunk, through the trunk, and now down into the roots, and through the roots, and down into the earth of the garden of your subconscious mind. Take a breath in. Take a deep breath and feel this tree drawing in source energy and bringing it deep into your subconscious mind. Good. Now, step back from the tree, and as you do, Notice that some of the leaves are dry and brittle. Some of the branches have become withered. These brown leaves and withered branches represent old thoughts and habits that no longer serve you. These dry leaves and brittle branches are opportunities to make room for new growth in your life. So, begin gathering these dry leaves and withered branches. Just see how easy it is to reach up anywhere in the tree and to begin to pull these leaves and branches off. Wherever they may be, no matter how high up or how deep, just reaching up with ease and plucking them off. You may even have some sense of the thoughts and habits they represent. Just clearing them away, making a nice pile in your arms, making room for new growth. Now, you have a nice pile in your arms. Turn around and find that on the other side of the path, a fire pit has been prepared for you. There's a circle of stones and plenty of room in the center to place the leaves and branches. Do so now. Make a nice pile of these old thoughts and habits that no longer serve you. And when you are done, light a match and drop it in the center. Drop the match in the center and watch as the pile begins to smolder. Watch smoke begin to rise up. Watch a trail of white smoke begin to rise up into the sky. The branches and leaves are catching fire now. You can feel a gentle heat. Those old thoughts and habits are turning to ash and smoke. They are being carried away on the wind. They are being consumed and turned to ash. Watching now as that pile becomes smaller and smaller, the smoke trailing up, up, up and away, becoming smaller and smaller. The fire is dying down now, becoming just a pile of fine white ash on the ground. Turn now and look at the tree. See it full and healthy, soaking up light from source. Now, begin walking on the path again, taking in the wonderful sights and sounds of your garden. In the distance, in the middle of the path, you see a dome of golden light. This dome shimmers with power. As you approach the dome, you can begin to see into it, and you know that this is a thought hologram. It is a special technology that allows you to step into and inhabit any thought that you would like. You are standing before the thought hologram now, a shimmering dome of light. Bring to mind an outcome that you would like to have. Perhaps it's a financial outcome, perhaps it's a health outcome, maybe a relationship outcome. Whatever it is, trust what comes and have fun with it. When you have that outcome, allow visions of it to begin playing out in the light of the thought hologram. Images of how that outcome would look and feel in your life. how it would benefit you. Good. Now, ask yourself the question, who is the type of person that could achieve that outcome? And as you do this, look into the thought hologram and see the type of person that could achieve your outcome. Allow that person to be you if it feels natural, or someone you admire, or allow your imagination to create an avatar. In whatever way is right for you, allow your inner wisdom to show you how this type of person who can achieve your outcome looks and feels, how they act in the world, how they treat themselves and others, what it is that they repeatedly do that leads to the outcome you desire. Great. Now that you have that, the next step is to enter the hologram and become that person. Go ahead now and step into the light and become the type of person that can achieve your outcome. Feel what that feels like in your body. Notice any change or upgrade in emotion. You might see what it is you wear, or hear what words you use, or notice what thoughts you are thinking. Here, in this thought hologram, it is completely safe for you to step into the reality of this identity, to inhabit it fully, and to learn how this feels in your body, emotion, and thoughts. Begin taking the actions that flow naturally from this identity. Speak the words, think the thoughts, see the difference this perspective makes. How you come to new solutions in the world. How satisfying it is to take meaningful actions as a part of a system for success. Take your time to enjoy this learning process while I am quiet. Good. Now, from this identity, what are 2 actions you can take in your life to build more proof of this identity? Allow 2 actions to come to mind, and when they do, I will ask you to say out loud for each, when I, and you will fill in the blank, I will, and you will fill in the blank, for action 1 and then for action 2. For example, when I wake up, I will do 10 push-ups. And when I sit down at my desk in the morning, I will spend 2 minutes visualizing the flow of my workday. Allow this identity to choose these action steps. Step 1, And step 2, when I will. 2 steps you can do in your life in the next 24 hours to begin building more of this identity in your life. Choosing that now. If you'd like, you can gently open your eyes and press pause now, and then when you're ready, you can press play and move forward. Okay. Repeat and fill in the blank after me for action step 1. When I will. Now, step 2. When I will. Again, for step 1. When I will. Now, step 2. When I will. And one more time. Step 1. When I will. And step 2. When I will. Great. Take one more moment to take in the whole picture of your new identity and everything you've learned here today. And then let go of the thoughts and images while retaining their feeling and meaning. Excellent. Everything you've done here today has made a deep and positive impression in your subconscious mind and will continue to serve you in the coming days, weeks, months, and years. All right, in a moment, I will count from 1 up to 5, and you will bring yourself up and out of hypnosis. 1. Slowly, calmly, easily, and gently returning to your full awareness once again. 2. Every muscle and nerve in your body loose and relaxed, feeling great. 3. Physically grounded, emotionally calm, mentally focused. 4. Bringing all this learning with you into the present moment. And 5. Eyes open, stretch, and smile. Okay, thanks for joining me for this episode of the Atomic Habits Podcast. If you found value in this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It will help me out in a big way. See you next time.